This man getting back into the football business.
This is big news,
XFL?
actually.
Okay. One of the most persistent rumors the last week or so was that WWE might be trying to give football another go. It started earlier in the week with the dirt sheets in the Yahoo Sports reporting that Vince McMahon is looking to bring back the XFL. Later in the week, Vince McMahon's Alpha Entertainment has filed for trademarks for URFL and URFL. One was a lowercase r, sorry. The trademarks were filed by K&L Gates, which is a law firm belonging to Vince McMahon, longtime attorney Jerry DeVille.
So just speaking of trademarks, before I comment on this, I should notice I don't talk too much about this. Because I've filed many different trademarks.
Yeah, you changed your name.
But for supplement, that was to avoid going to court against a billionaire.
Right.
Because I created Ryback. It created the name, the entire thing. And
We've discussed, yeah.
Yeah. But the trademarks I created, the big guy and Feed Me More, before I was ever there. And and that is very important to me. And I feel like it should be important to other wrestlers too. And it doesn't make me hate anybody or anything, but I created them and I live by that. And I officially, the big guy for entertainment, that was approved months ago and I never really said anything about it. I have the official certification. I am the big guy trademarked. And Feed Me More, I own that and that's been trademarked. And that was kind of an ongoing thing. That just reminded me of that. It's
important for wrestlers to do that.
And I own, and Ryback is my name, and I own my trademarks, and for my brand and everything I do going forward, that was very, very important to me. Because when I created those when I was poor, and it was something and struggling, and it means a lot to me. It's more than just handing it over for money. Yeah. And not to say everything's going to be of equal importance to guys, but Vince doing this, I think it's whatever makes him happy. And it's supposedly he's created new trademarks in a different Alpha Entertainment, and it's not going to be under the WWE umbrella. But I actually heard this from Meltzer, and not to say I agree with everything from Meltzer all the time, but Brian Alvarez, was something on a YouTube clip, but the big thing with this is Vince's attention on the WWE. If he's doing these other ventures, that takes up a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
So how much time does he have for WWE where stockholders want him spending his time?
Well,
so that's but I get it from a competitive standpoint for himself that he tried to do this other venture. He's tried to do a lot of other ventures.
Well, this is the one, it kind of goes with that because the next one was, would Vince ever sell the WWE?
Yeah.
So with that,
Go
it's
ahead.
according to the reports, Vince McMahon is now said to be open regarding the selling of the WWE. According to those in the know, McMahon's attitude apparently has changed over. DFC was sold last year, according to talent agency, blah, 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 for $4 billion. Then in addition to Vince's recent creation of the Alpha Entertainment, a separate entity from WWE, has many under the rule of impression that Vince is definitely open to selling the company. Although Dana White, who was actually never the owner, sorry Ace, the Fertitas own. But Dana still maintained the CEO, so that's probably why you thought he owned it. But no, the Fertitas do.
He just works for them.
That's why he maintained his job whenever the whole trade happened.
Okay.
But the Fertitas definitely made a lot of.
I thought he sold it. Didn't he sold it?
What?
Did Dana own it before partially or no? Okay.
He had they gave him a great sum of the money though.
So my thing is in knowing that too, and I think Vince is he's one of those guys, and I don't agree with everything all the time, but he's created his own world, and so he can do whatever he wants. He's still going. Like as far as I think, and this is what I tell people sometimes, and I've experienced this on a much lower scale. The more money you make, you're sometimes not sad. You're always striving for more.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he maybe in wrestling feels
he's not that young anymore either.
No, he's in his 70s.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he hasn't, but he doesn't stop. So with wrestling, so throughout his life, if you just kind of examine things, he's tried everything he's done outside of wrestling hasn't necessarily worked as far as
I remember the XFL. That's
XFL, the bodybuilding thing. The movie thing's making money. The movie thing I feel works. It's not that's not, and I don't know all the numbers on all that, but I feel like the movie thing makes him money. The WWE films division. But I think from a competitive standpoint with himself, maybe it's like he likes to challenge himself maybe, and it's if WWE, it's like what is there left for him to do? If you really think about it, he's done as far as
football, baseball.
but I think there's these things that he's tried to do that maybe he's no matter how successful he is, he's been a billionaire. Maybe in his mind, and I'm just trying to understand this, he's still known for wrestling. And I think maybe deep down he wants to be known for more. Maybe.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just
Every
a
man wants to
possibility.
be known
Not
for-
saying.
It's like that's not my everything in life.
So, and like me, it's like me with wrestling.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to me, and it's hard because people stereotype you. So I think he's tried these other things and they haven't necessarily worked.
Right.
But now he's creating other avenues, and with this news, maybe he's open to selling WWE, and maybe he's ready to challenge himself in a different field again. Because XFL wasn't horrible before, but I think
I remember being in Canada watching it on TV. It's
I
fun.
think there's definitely something to, and I think, but here's the thing, and I think and maybe there's a little insight on this, is wrestling is nonstop year round, and football is the most popular sport in America.
And it's a season.
And it's only a season. And maybe in his mind, he likes going year round. And that's why I think part of it was, we'll do football in the off season, because football, men love football, right?
Yeah.
But it's good to miss stuff too.
Yeah,
and I
'cause
think
it
part
makes
of the
you
reason people
appreciate
love
it.
football so much is because you appreciate it so much while you have it. But I think in his mind, but if you can create this thing people love
All the time.
but there's no competition during that point of the year, but it didn't necessarily work because they went too far out there with it, that maybe he's learned from past mistakes and tried it again. I'll never knock anybody for
Right. No, trying something new.
Yeah.
No.
But I'm just trying to understand that, and for fans, you're dealing with a guy who's so successful, but he maybe has a stereotype that he wants to try to at this point in his life. You got to understand. So too, when you experience all this success and all this wealth, stimulation is harder to get in all areas.
No, I get it.
And so sometimes you have to take really, 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 really big chances to create that
You mean like
stimulation.
quitting porn?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
things he's done his whole life no longer thrill him like they did his life. And that there's different levels for everybody. So I think he is creating a different way to stimulate himself by taking a chance.
Yeah.
And starting over. And I think even though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe he's realizing his mortality because he's 70 years old. And so,
Exactly.
like as you get older, once you retire and stop, you tend to see losing your brain and stuff like that. But
They
if you
say that when
constantly-
people,
Yeah, but if you constantly work, dude, like there's like 95, 100-year-old who still goes out, go out walking in the park
Yeah.
and do physical stuff, and they're in great shape. So maybe just for Vince McMahon, he wants to, I want to find something new to keep me stimulated and just to keep him going. Because once he stops, it's downhill.
Great point on that. I agree with you completely. And he's been a guy that's never stopped. Mm-hmm. That's always been the perception with him. And it's, I just think it's something he obviously is passionate about football in some regard. How much, I don't know, but it's been a thing for him before. And with him, he's always been, he loves that whole alpha mindset and alpha entertainment. And it's very interesting things coming up. And that's a great point for you, Phoenix, to bring that up, tie those in with this. And he's now open to selling the WWE. Or so that's the rumor, that possibly there's some things on the horizon. And honestly, I feel like he's so confident that if he sold WWE for how much ever, $1-2 billion, whatever.
I'm sure he wants for
His
brand's been more
UFC
existent.
was 4, I want 5. Whatever, but whatever
It's billions, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
come on.
so say he sells it for that. You don't think he can start? In his mind, he could just start wrestling all over again.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to, and he could compete, he can create.
A
Realistically,
WCW against
he could
WWE.
again create his own competition by handing over his company and restarting. Think about that.
Yeah.
That's not out there on the when you're dealing with somebody like that thrives on that level. So it's I think it's a really interesting period.
I agree.
Moving on.